Thanks for coming back, everyone. Brace yourself, because this one's gonna be juvenile. All right, thanks for tuning in under the quarantine conditions that we're all subject to these days. Ugh. Dog hair. So, around Christmas time, well, let me preface that with some. My parents are cleaning out all the stuff in their old house that I grew up in with preparations to sell it. And at Christmas time, they brought me down a box of a lot of my old stuff, right? And one of the things that they brought was this big shoebox full of my old Game Boy stuff. I'm sure y'all know I got a lot of my game stuff around here, but I guess the Game Boy stuff had all been living back at their house along with the Game Gear stuff. And so I got this big box of stuff, and lo and behold, in it was the Game Boy camera. And I know you all know what the Game Boy camera is, all my gamer friends. If any one of my friends is watching this who doesn't really know or not familiar, around, I believe it was 1995, they came up with and released the Game Boy camera, which is honestly one of the first consumer digital cameras, I would think, which is kind of a unique, weird place to be in history. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what this is about. It's more about, it's not even about the Game Boy camera, really. It's about the weird kind of bizarre time capsule that having it kind of created for me. So it was a failed thing, right? They weren't popular. They weren't selling off the store shelves in droves. They sat there a lot. They sat there, and they were also came with printers. Well, they didn't come with them. You could buy them as an accessory. So they had the camera and the printer. And I waited around, and I mean, I shouldn't say I was waiting for one, but I was a kid. I went to Meijer, I believe it was, which is a Michigan-based department store, kind of like Walmart, but it's a Midwest one. And they had a stack of these things, and every time you'd go back, the prices would be cheaper and the stack would be a little bit lower. And finally I went back, and I'm having a hard time exactly remembering, but it could not have been more than $5 a piece for the camera and the printer. It was so cheap, in fact, I remember I bought two of each because they were so cheap, and I just love video game stuff. So I have two printers, and I have this camera, and the other camera's plugged into the Super Game Boy there. Look, this is a picture of my mom from must have been, I don't know, late 90s. Isn't that fun? Probably the first digital picture that my mom ever had taken of her, and I still have it. Isn't that fun? But most of the pictures, to be honest, in the time capsule weren't from the camera, because I frequently deleted them, but from the printer. And I found this strip of photographs, and oh my god, it's so awful. I wish I could say that it was filled with nice memories or things that were important to me. There's a couple of those, don't get me wrong. Let's see. Oh yeah, right here is a picture of our chocolate lab Lugan, and that is by far the most wholesome picture that we have. He died around 2000, 2001, and it was very sad, of course, but he was an old doggy, but we all loved him very much. And so I have a picture of him, like a shitty, washed out, these pictures are all kind of bleached out, but you can still tell some of the images. But you also have to put into context when I got this camera, which is probably around, I think I was a senior in high school. I believe I was 18 years old. And when you get a camera that takes super shitty pictures that really aren't worth much, to be honest. I mean, look at this picture. Is this a picture you really want to, you cherish for its accuracy? No, it was a gimmick. It was a weird thing. There were games. You could animate stupid stuff on there. I don't think I'm going to go into any of that because that's not what this video is about. I'm not doing a review or video for awareness of the Game Boy camera. This is more just my personal story of finding it and getting it, and what's left after all these years. Shoot, 25 years later. Almost 25. Probably 25 if counting when it came out, but I probably got it like 3-4 years after it came out. And so I had this camera. What am I going to take pictures of? Well, I'm 18 years old. Let's take pictures of boobs. So we ran out with my friends to the video rental store. And not all my friends were old enough, so they couldn't come back into the adults only section with us. But we went in the back, and I took a picture of a couple box arts. Let's see. I think there's a box art. Yeah, here's a box art. Oh, yeah, that's a box art there. Oh, and there's a box art that I took, but that definitely wasn't wasn't porn. It's such an eclectic selection of photos here. Amidst all these dirty old porno ones, I got one of Curious George. So, that's good, right? Curious George? I think I was trying to be artistic with this, right? Like, I got, like, all these nasty old naked pictures juxtaposed with, like, a picture of my friend the Spaniard with the Dracula fangs put on in the paint program inside the camera. All right, but let's see. Like, let's go down the list here and really touch on some of these golden photographs. All right. Well, we got one right here of the hedgehog himself, Ron Jeremy. That was one I wanted to be super clear because I just thought it was so funny. Everybody knows him. He's famous. And let's see. Here's one. It looks like a woman lying back, just maybe she's getting a tan or something, or maybe someone's getting ready to like pour a shot in her mouth. I can't tell exactly what's going on there. And here's one. Looks like a woman eating an ice cream cone. She must be hot and probably wants to cool down with a nice ice cream cone. Let's see here. I think I maybe even paused. It's funny too because these are all VHS images too, right? We were pausing the VHS to take an image because it was just so fucking funny. I mean, you have to imagine 18-year-olds, so we're probably seniors in high school, just fucking cackling like fucking idiots as we're doing this. I remember we were, so that's what was happening. We thought we were so fucking clever. Fuck. Oh yeah, just here's one of a face. And yeah. Oh, here's one. There she is. Looks like a man is helping her stretch her back there. That's what it probably is, really, right? We can't. I mean, this is YouTube, right? So this certainly is not sex. This is someone helping this young woman stretch her back muscles. So that's it, really. This is the Game Boy camera, and this is the time capsule that I was left with. Stupid, worthless nudie pictures. Congratulations, Ty. You could have taken more pictures like this of your mother and interesting things, but instead, no, I did nothing. I did nothing of value. I'm an idiot. But, c'est la vie. Life goes on. Let me see if I just pick up the controller here real quick. It's kind of fun. See if we can just cycle through a couple more. I won't even bother putting these on the screen or anything because, they're so awful that they'll probably look better just on the screen here in the video. Here's one that someone took of me driving my car. Look at that. So young. So naive. I took one of this, that's Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, keychain hanging from the mirror in my car. Thought I was pretty cool, Turns out I was just a fucking dork. One of my friends, Jada Andrews, her name is now Jada Parr. She's a cool girl. She was one of my friends. Look at her. Taking one of the first selfies ever. This is before cell phone cameras and all this stuff. This is like one of the first digital selfies taken. This is amazing. This is amazing. I hope she's doing well. Let's see what else we got. Oh, and then when I realized that my parents had brought down the camera for my retro game night, I took it out and tried to take some pictures. Here's one of my friend Lychus playing on a laptop at retro game night. I think this is just another one. This is another one, kind of a better picture of him playing. It's funny, you can't really see the top of his head, but you can certainly see his beard. And what else we got here? Oh, that's Jack. That's my homie Jack, who started the retro gaming night in Baton Rouge with me. We have the hottest retro game night in Baton Rouge. Happens every month, except for maybe next month because of coronavirus. And then we got one more. Nico here. We got the setup. You can almost read. You can make out that that's video 3 on the TV. With the other TV next to it. Can't make out anything else, but I know that hair anywhere. That's Nico for sure. And so, yeah. Oh, I took this one picture of this Rama sticker on the TV just to see how good I could get it. No, it doesn't look too bad, huh? I think it looks all right. Just for fun, let me, this has some of the weirdest music in it. Look at this. I don't know, I hope you can hear this. This is some of the weirdest music. It's like a mystery game or something. It's like when you go into one of the houses in Friday the 13th. And why does it look like he's about to cry? I don't know. Game was weird. Game was trash. That's why nobody bought it. But here we are all these years still talking about it because of stupid freaking reasons. But hey, it's all right. And I thought just for fun, I took a picture of my dog and put some batteries in this printer. Look at it. It's on. If you hold the feed button, it achingly feeds the paper through. Let's see if it prints. I'm going to be fascinated if this thing really works, because it's going to have 23 years for the print heads to dry out and all the ink just to become total shit. But you know, if I didn't give it a try, then I would be remiss if I didn't give it a shot. It's transferring. It's transferring. It's super faded. Oh, I think it's giving up the ghost. Here we go. It's super faded. But it kind of printed out. I don't think you can really see it. It's kind of behind the camera here, seeing if I can get it to focus. But yeah, it's so faded that you can't really see it. I'll put it with the others so that in 25 more years I can pull it out and say, that's a picture of Who Dat that barely printed when I took his picture and printed it 25 years ago. You know what? Just for fun, we're going to print it one more time since it looked like maybe it started to clear some of the gunk off. It started to get a little bit darker almost on the bottom. Also worse. So, we'll see. Oh, it's super patchy. It's so awful. It's so awful. Maybe you guys would like to see what it looks like just on the Game Boy itself. I wonder if it'll work, if I can just get it close enough up to the screen here for y'all to see. That's him. That's who that. He was the star of the skit in last month's episode, so I'm sure you all are familiar. But that's the Game Boy camera and my adventure with it. Out of all of it, I think my two favorite things are the fact that I have the picture of our dog Lugan and the picture of my mom. And hopefully in 20 more years I'll still have them and can look back fondly on those years of the 90s when I took them, maybe as well as today when I talked about it. So thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I always forget, I'm going to do what all the other YouTubers do. If you want to make me feel good, you like and subscribe and maybe leave a comment. And yeah, that's it. So I guess I'll just see you next time.
Oh God! The children are burning! Ah!